So now we're ready to decorate our cake. Today we're going to be using different types of frosting tips to do this. You can get them at grocery stores, craft stores, and cooking supply stores. Today we're just going to be using a star-shaped tip, and we're going to be using the straight tip. We're going to start with the star-shaped tip first because we're going to start with the edges and we'll work our way in. Figure out what we want to write on our cake later. So I have the frosting that I set aside earlier, and we're just going to take like half of it and put it in our bag. You don't need a lot. I always think that I need so much more than I end up putting in here, and I end up with a ton of frosting left over in my bag. So as you can see, I put it in the bag, and now what you want to do is you want to squeeze it down to the bottom so it's nice and secure in the tip. You want to get it down as far as you can. Alright, so now we're going to twist the bag because this keeps it from escaping on us, see, as we decorate. So this is our star-shaped tip. I'm going to demonstrate over here first and show you what it looks like. It's always a good idea to practice using the tips if you've never used them before, because that way you'll make fewer mistakes on your cake. So what I'm doing is I'm pinching the bag right here between my thumb and my forefinger, and that again prevents frosting from escaping from the back of the bag. And then I'm holding the rest of it with my dominant hand, and you just want to apply constant pressure as you're making your little stars so that they come out evenly and symmetrical. So we're just going to go down, squeeze a little bit out, and come straight up. Down, come straight up. You can see right here why you need a good stiff frosting when you're using decorating tips. Because if it's too soft, you're going to lose all of the little ridges in the decoration. So you really want, this can even be a little bit stiffer than the frosting on the cake. So you can even add a little bit of sugar to it before you start, just to make sure. So we're going to start by going around the top edge of the cake, and then we'll do the bottom. So we're just going to go around.
A woman holds her tongue, knowing silence will speak for her. Brave and tell the truth. The wise man's tools are analogies and puzzles. A woman holds her tongue, knowing silence will speak for her.
So now we're going to do the bottom. We're just going to do a matching, same thing on the bottom. So now that we're done with the edges of our cake, we're going to be using the straight tip to decorate the middle. I'm just going to do some simple writing in the middle and maybe some other decorations that can use this tip. So we're going to fill it up just like we did the star tip, except, we're just going to use the rest of the frosting. So the straight tip is good for writing and any kind of complicated designs that you want to put on your cake. They come in multiple sizes of the hole in the tip, so you can get smaller ones if you want to do more intricate details. So just like with the star tip, we're going to do some practice writing over here. So we have, let's see, you can either do cursive writing or you can do printing. A lot of times people find it easier to do cursive writing because it's a continuous motion versus the printing requires stopping and starting again. So I'm just going to try doing some cursive. Let's see how it works. Yeah, see. For this you want to keep a constant pressure on it again so that it all comes out the same size and that it's not jerky and broken like it was. So I guess that was a cursive G, so now we'll do a print G. So now for printing, it's good when you stop, you want to press in slightly and pull up, and that gives you a nice clean stop so you don't have any fly away edges. So So if we do cursive, or if we stop. So now we're ready to write on our cake. It's always a good idea to plan out where you're going to write it, how big it's going to be, and try and picture in your mind what it's going to look like. I can't tell you how many cakes I've started writing happy birthday and ended up with everything squished on half of my cake. And it just doesn't look as good. So we're going to try and get it centered in the middle and picture what we're going to say. So I'm just going to write Ghost State on the cake because it's not a special occasion. And yeah, so we'll see how it goes. And if you're doing cursive writing or any of the writing that requires doing circles, it's a good idea, like I said before, to press down slightly where you're going to pause. And it makes sure that the frosting doesn't move with you when you move on. So now we have the writing on our cake, but it looks kind of boring. So because we're just using the straight tip and the star tip today, I'm going to try and decorate it just using the straight tip. It's great because you can make really any design that you want with it. So what I'm going to try and do is make some lion paws. So what we're going to do is just create the outline of the paw, and then we can just fill it in with the frosting after.
And everywhere I go, there's always something to remind me of another place and time, where love that traveled far had found me.
Alright, and there we go. We got a cute little cake, very personalized, and decorated using just some easy tips that are very easy to do at home. So there you go. Good luck!